Welcome back, guys. Per Gaming. Just an update. 2020 Xbox One only game collection. Physically, obviously. Not the biggest collection in the world, but I have made a few changes to it. UFC, the first one. Obviously, I already had that. Evil Within 1. Evil Within 2. Both good games. I've not finished either of them, but I do enjoy them. Halo 5. Not a massive fan, I'll be honest, but I have got all the Halo games, but 3 being my favourite one. Resident Evil Biohazard. Played a few hours of this, kind of give up. I do like the scary games, but I kind of give up on this one. I will go back to it one day. Resident Evil Revelations 2. Played through this in co-op all the way through, got to the final boss, got a bit stuck, give up. Don't know why, I need to finish it. Resident Evil Origins Collection. Good if you like the old school feel Resident Evil games and controls. Rocket League, obviously. Got that digitally as well, but you got to own them in the boxes as well. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Improvement on the first one. Good game, quite fun. Jurassic World Evolution, which is not as good as the one on the original Xbox, but not a bad game. Destiny, I found a bit tedious. Couldn't really get into it. Never bought the second one. I was a bit, what you call it with that one? I was a bit, it was a bit overrated in my opinion. Doom, brilliant game. My favourite is Doom 3, but this one's right up there. Played through it and enjoy it. Dying Light. I love Dead Island. Got that digitally on the Xbox One, but Dying Light's just as good. Overwatch, one of the best multiplayer games you can get if you like the over-the-top sort of Team Fortress feel. GTA 5, everybody seems to own. Brilliant, one of the best games you can get, but yeah. Monster Hunter World. I really enjoyed playing this. I went through a spell of putting hundreds of hours into it, improving it. It's one of them games you need to master, otherwise it feels a bit hard at first. Wolfenstein The New Order is my favourite Wolfenstein game out of all of them. It's the only one I've finished out of these as well. The Old Blood I never got to finishing, and Wolfenstein 2 I started and never carried it on. Shadow of Mordor, fantastic game. Really enjoyed my time with that one. Shadow of War I preferred even a bit more than Mordor. I think it was a more open world feel, but both classic games. Kingdom Come Deliverance, I like the feel of this one. It is a bit difficult. It feels genuine, like a combat system in this one. But I don't prefer it to the likes of Skyrim or The Witcher or anything. But Carmageddon, enjoyed that one, really did. I'm not a massive fan of racing games, but really enjoyed this one. South Park, this is the second one. I've got the first one digitally. I'm not a massive fan. My kids prefer this to me. Titanfall, the first one, love this one. Got the second one digitally, but enjoyed this one as well. Not quite as much as the second one, but still a great game. Thief, not a bad game. I'd put it at average. I've got this version of it and the 360 version. It's not as good as Dishonored. Not even the best Thief game, but it's okay. Watch Dogs. I was a bit disappointed with Watch Dogs. It was the reason I've never bought Watch Dogs 2. Maybe I should try. Watch Dogs 1 was a bit disappointing for me. Dragon Age Inquisition, not a bad game again. It's sort of, I do like the older Dragon Age games, but this one is pretty good as well. Injustice 2, I actually played that to death. I don't even think the servers and that are up and running these days, but I could be wrong. But I actually loved that. I used to play it day in, day out. Skyrim Remaster, brilliant. Everybody knows, one of the best games you can get. Finished it on multiple platforms, so I had to have this version. Homefront, The Revolution. I I love the first one, I've still got it. This one is a bit underrated in my opinion. It's not as bad as everybody makes out. I quite enjoyed the time I spent on it. Zombie, again a pretty good game. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's brilliant, but it's not bad either. I like the idea to this, how you can pick up your loot and that when you die. Sea of Thieves, a good game if you play with friends. If you play on your own, it's not as good. Again, it's okay. XCOM 2, really good if you like that sort of turn-based combat. I don't mind it. It's not my favourite game, but very good. This War of Mine, really good game if you fancy something different rather than these AAA titles. Red Dead Redemption 2, another one that's right up there, one of the best games you can get. I got it on launch, played it to death, got right to the last chapter, and for some reason just never gone back and finished that last chapter. I don't know why. I need to do. 7 Days to Die, another one that's kind of one of them games that is good if you don't want to buy a AAA title, you want to buy something different. This is another sort of game, zombie survival. The Long Dark, yeah, another one. It's kind of survival out in the wilderness. I enjoyed it. It's quite real feel, like you need to know how to survive and that on it. Rise of the Tomb Raider. I've got the first Tomb Raider digitally. This one I've not played so much of, not like the first one. Shenmue 1 and 2 remasters. I love these games. I never played the old versions back when they first came out, but I've played these remasters and I love them. I can see why everybody enjoys them. Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition. I absolutely love that game. Played it to death on the 360, and I played this version to death as well. I love it. I've got many high level characters on it. Vikings Wolves of Midgard, sort of like a Diablo feel to it. Pretty good, not as good as Diablo, but pretty good if you fancy something different. The Division, I liked it a bit. I never bought the second one. The enemies were a bit like bullet sponges on that, and it were quite hard going levelling up. But I liked the setting and did play it for quite a bit. Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain. I've got the first part to this digitally. This version, I enjoyed it. I've just not played too much of it. But what I did play, I enjoyed. I can understand why people like it. Mad Max, another underrated game. I've played it for a few hours. Never finished it yet, obviously, but I will go back to it one day. Mortal Kombat XL. Mortal Kombat are my favourite fighting game. Well, Injustice 2 is right up there as well. I like the first Injustice. But Mortal Kombat XL and Mortal Kombat 11. Love both of them too. The characters were great in them. Stardew Valley. Great game. Sort of like a world sort of farming simulator, sort of life simulator game. Enjoyable if you fancy something more chilled out and relaxed. Flockers. Not bad. More of sort of a kiddie sort of game, to be honest. The first Star Wars Battlefront, brilliant game. They improved it a lot. Got the second Battlefront digitally on the Xbox. The second one's better than this one, but this one has improved since it first came out. Worms Battleground and Worms WMD, good games if you like Worms. I used to play them when I was younger. Very good games. Next shelf, Call of Duty Legacy Edition. That's Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. I actually liked the Infinite Warfare story mode. Was good on it. The multiplayer not so much. Modern Warfare Remastered is very good. Black Ops 3 I enjoyed. My favourite is Black Ops 1. Black Ops 4 I played quite a bit. Enjoyed the blackout mode on it. World War 2 I really enjoyed that at the time. I enjoyed the what was it called now? Was it War Mode or something? Were very enjoyable. Modern Warfare, the new one. That's very good. That's probably the best COD in recent years. Titan Quest. That's another sort of Diablo sort of game. It looks a bit aged now, but it's still enjoyable. Alien Isolation. Another scary game. I The part I've got to at the minute, I'm stuck in a locker and the alien's right outside, and I didn't want to come out, but I enjoy playing it when I get on it. Rise Son of Rome, to say it was a launch title, that is a fantastic game. Even to this day, it looks good. Battlefield Hardline, that's kind of underrated in the Battlefield series. I enjoyed the story mode in that, the kind of cops and robbers feel, and the multiplayer were really good as well. Whereas Battlefield 1, I didn't enjoy so much. I didn't really play much of that. I enjoyed Battlefield 5. Minecraft, which everybody seems to have. Very good. Payday 2, Crime Wave Edition, and The Big Score. These are basically, you kind of get all the pieces of DLC and things with them, and both good games. World War Z, I played that to death when I first got it at launch. Kind of got a bit bored after I finished all the missions multiple times, but I've not played it for quite a while now. I believe they've added new chapters to it. Dishonored, the first one, Definitive Edition. Really good. Enjoyed that one. Dishonored 2, enjoyed that one as well. I've not actually played Death of the Outsider yet, so I don't know if that's any good or what. Quantum Break, good game. I didn't prefer it as much as Alan Wake. Alan Wake were a masterpiece, but Quantum Break's okay. Zombie Army Trilogy, very good game. I like it. It's right up there with the Sniper Elite games for me. Mafia 3, I enjoy. A lot of people prefer 2 to Mafia 3, but I think the character you play as and the soundtrack on this is amazing. Evolve is pretty underrated. It's not as bad as everybody makes out again. That was a pretty good game. Zoo Tycoon, not bad. Zoo simulation game. Just Cause 3, I've not played it as much as I did number 2. I love number 2. Halo Wars 2, this one. I've got the first one on 360. Good game, like number 1, but better probably, more stuff to do. Strange Brigade, it's a funny one. I don't like it as much as Zombie Army or Sniper Elite, but it's somewhat different. Dead by Daylight, I love that game. I tend to go back to that every now and again, play it to death, do the double love points on it. I've got max level characters and got alt perks, but yeah, it's a good game. Witcher 3, that's the normal version and the Game of the Year edition, obviously. A lot of people think it's one of the best games you can get. Fantastic. The first Borderlands, Game of the Year edition. That's my favourite Borderlands. Absolutely love that one. I don't know what it was. I think it was because I played through it with my son on split screen that I like it so much. All the DLC. The Handsome Collection, which is number 2 and the pre-sequel. Number 2 is pretty good. Pre-sequel's the worst of all of them. Borderlands 3, played to death, sad it since launch. Far Cry 3 Remastered, my favourite Far Cry game. It was the only one that I got 1,000 out of 1,000 achievements on that one. Far Cry 4, again, I've got right to the end. I need to go back and finish it. Number 5, I loved. The setting were amazing on that. Primal again, got right to the end, not finished it. Far Cry New Dawn, I've not had that long really, a couple of months, so I've not finished that yet. Jedi Fallen Order, pretty good, quite difficult. Fallout, the Fallout games are my favourite games of all time. Number 4, and obviously Game of the Year, I've put tons of time in. 76, the new Wastelanders update has made this better than it was. It's not as good as the older Fallouts, but it's still improving. Prey, good game. It's totally different to the original Prey, which I've still got, but not bad. Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited. I've installed this twice. I've uninstalled it twice. I've given it a third try, and it's not quite as bad as I remember, so I've been playing a bit of that at the moment. DayZ, good game. I've only had that a week or two. Really getting into that. When I first played the beta, I thought it was terrible, but they've improved it a lot. Fighter Within, the worst game in this stack, without a doubt. Terrible. Rainbow Six Siege, very good multiplayer game. It's one of the best you can get. I've played it a lot, that. Rare Replay, that's really good if you like old school games. I do. There's a lot of good games in that to keep you busy. State of Decay 2, the Ultimate Edition. I've got the first one digitally. The second one is just as good. Very good game. PUBG, good game. Graphics are a bit shocking on this, but still playable. Metro Redux, which is the first two, sort of remastered. Love all the games, including that one, Metro Exodus. They're all really good. Final Fantasy, the newer one. I actually really enjoyed that. I've never played a Final Fantasy game until this one. And I know it's different combat system and that, but I really enjoyed that one. Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. Good game. I've not really put much time into though. FIFA 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. Obviously a football fan. They're all just the same pretty much, just updated stats, different skills. Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4. Enjoyed. My favourites are the original trilogy though, including this one, a remaster of the first one. What a good game that is. Wasteland 2. I really wanted to get into that and I couldn't. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it. Bulletstorm, I finished on the original 360. Not finished the remaster. No Man's Sky, I actually love that game. It's one of my favourite games. I just like it's a chill out game where you can just explore at your own freedom. I need to download the latest update for that. Batman Arkham Knight. I've got all the Batman games. This one I've probably played for a couple of hours. I've only finished Arkham Asylum, which is my favourite up to now. But I will be putting some more videos on soon. I've not bought so many games this year. I pre-ordered Maneater coming out in May. I can't wait for that. But yeah, thanks for watching.